quite recently, the government has announced that they would be removing the prices or the subsidy for diesel, right? And post the removal of diesel, we will see diesel prices move up, right, to I think about 3 ringgit 35 cents per liter, right? So I guess from the top, I'm going to talk a little bit about this is has been happening for this past couple of months. Number one, number two, what may happen post the removal of the subsidies for diesel, and the third is some observations lah, right? So I guess right now, this past couple of months, we could see that there have been removal for subsidies lah. First, it started with the removal for subsidies for water, and then it came to electricity, whereby after the removal of these subsidies, we can actually see our water bill getting a bit more expensive. And then when they remove the subsidies for electricity, we can actually see the electricity bill getting a bit more expensive. And then the third thing which happened quite recently was the removal of price ceilings for chicken, right? And I think we could see during Chinese New Year and Hari Raya, we could see that the price of chickens are getting a little bit more and more expensive, right? So every time when we spend on rendang, right, when we make our chicken rendang or even our beef rendang also, we can see that these prices has been moving up lah, right? So I think right now with the removal of the price or the subsidies for diesel, right? What may happen? So I think to put things into perspective, right? Diesel is something or is a very important commodity for the modern economy. Every time when we eat and consume things, right? I guess our meal on our table, right? A lot of it, right? Say, assuming if I live in Selangor, right? If I want to eat rice, and also I want to eat some fish, and if I want to eat some vegetables, right? So in order for me to get a full plate of these items lah, right? The rice has to come from Kedah, right? And then the fish maybe have to come from Terengganu, right? Or somewhere near the waters. And also the vegetable maybe has to come from Cameron Highlands, right? So all of this, right, it needs to go through some form of transport. And most of this transport actually uses diesel lah, basically, right? So should diesel prices actually move up, what may happen is that even our food prices may eventually go up, right? So right now, if diesel prices were to increase to 335, what will happen is that there's going to be a knock-over effect, right? And I think if we want to look at case studies earlier, lah, right? I think even before this particular time, there was maybe the previous few initiatives. We could actually see that they removed or they increased the prices of petrol. I don't know whether you guys remember. And back then, lah, when they increased the price of petrol, I still remember going to the mamak lah, or I still remember going to the markets, and then I was asking, "Can I buy this?" And then they say, "Oh, harga sudah naik." And I was like, why would harga naik if prices of petrol increases lah? And that's basically why lah. So if prices of petrol actually increases, what's going to happen is that everything needs to be transported, and this transport actually uses diesel or fuel as their energy to move from one place to another place, right? But that said, right now the government made sure that this removal of subsidy is actually targeted lah, basically, and they will be giving a mechanism of 200 ringgit lah for certain people which can qualify this lah. So I think we will see in the long run, but all in all lah, right? If there's always a knockover effect lah, basically, right? If something goes up, say if business A is affected, so when business A wants to pass down the cost, right, they will pass it down to the consumer. So we will see lah, right? And I remember talking to one of my friends. He's involved in he's a I guess a pasar malam guy lah, right? He goes to pasar malam, he opens a stall and whatnot, and he's telling me lah right now that there's a high chance even the ticket prices for buses, if you want to travel, And right now, I think Hari Raya Haji is coming very, very soon, right? He says we should look out for that, lah, right? The whole thing of it all, even diesel buses or buses actually runs on diesel. So if diesel prices were to go up, never know. We could see the ticket prices also increase. So I think it'd be very interesting to see what may happen. But looking at how things were, so as I mentioned, when the subsidy of electricity was taken away, we can see our electric bill getting more expensive. When the subsidy for water is taken away, we can see our water bills going up, right? And then when we see the price ceiling of chicken being removed, all of a sudden we see chicken prices getting expensive, especially during Hari Raya and Chinese New Year, right? So, and despite the assurance, right, we have to see lah what's going to happen in the economy, right? So the economy has many moving parts. It's still early days. We don't know, but if something were to increase, right, there could be a pass down mechanism to the end consumer. So only time will tell, and we will just see in the next couple of months what will happen to our inflation numbers, right? With that, is there any questions before we end? Okay. So I don't see that many questions. If there's any questions in the future, please put it down in the comment section, and we can further discuss on this, on any other topics lah. All right then. With that, good evening, guys. Take care.